Hey folks, what is going on, Mission? Welcome back to episode of Casting Conflict. Today we've got a great match lined up for you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead, jump right into match number 1 and see what goes down. Alright folks, and welcome back to another Casting Conflict here. We've got returning rookie DeathsAdvocate back for another showdown against Banana. And of course with me again, Beastly. Beastly, you doing good?
I'm doing very well now, Red.
Alright, so, obviously we do have an idea of what Death is running from the last match. Obviously, oh my
Oh, no.
he is going to be running that, range, like, Troll Gunner, Doom Ship package in that green-white. We'll see what Banana's running, though. Looks to be maybe
This is
Knights?
disgusting.
I can't really
It's
tell.
disgusting, Red. This is absolutely filthy. He's just gonna swarm the rats with buff, and it's gonna be GG.
Right.
Except maybe companions will shut him down, maybe. We'll see.
Well, if he shuts down the hobbles early, that's something that he's got to take out. But for now, Lumberjack gonna seemingly take a chip, right?
Oh, he's got the spiny. Okay, alright, that's a good move.
Alright, so Spiny kind of
This
opens
is...
up.
Yeah, so basically he's threatening the hovel. I don't think Banana has a way to deal with this.
He has
Yeah,
Cleric,
there's no way to
but
save.
Cleric opens up a whole other can of worms in which he might end up losing the Cleric, which can be a valuable early game tool if it hits the wrong target, i.e., castle or hovel. A little bit of a delay. Looks like it did hit the castle. Probably the worst outcome for him. So
Yeah, he would have
rats.
wanted hovel. He definitely would have wanted hovel, but oh well.
We'll see if he's Death's able to deal with the Cleric, though, because if this Cleric goes unchecked, again, could be problematic.
Yeah, he gets free hit on lumber for lumber taking out hovel, and that will heal cleric back to full, guaranteed. Unless Death's Advocate can take it out, which it doesn't look like he can, so that's just free cleric heal.
Yep, indeed, free Oh, Blacksmith. I think Reaper needed that one instead, or Death. I keep wanting to call him Reaper, but hey, no big deal. I think he places hovel. Yeah, a bit of a delay here, but it looks like we did see that free heal, like we mentioned with a moment ago. And now we throw it back to Reaper.
Do you think he has school in this deck?
Ooh, well, to be fair, I can't really pinpoint exactly where Banana's deck is going. Is it Knight? Is it School? Maybe. I want to see more cards, but we are going to see a aggressive Lumberjack going ahead, hitting the castle for 3. Probably going to take out the hovel as well, which, Beastly, how you feeling about that one?
I mean, he just doesn't like these rat hovels, and for good reason. We're seeing the buffs in Banana's hand. If he didn't deal with those early, then Reaper just would have been swarmed.
That is certainly true there. Looks like we're considering a mugging now onto the Lumberjack, which we're going to go for, following up with the Fat Bard as well. And now this Cleric is obviously going to be the main problem for Death's Advocate at this point. I don't really think there's a lot on the board. Well, obviously not a lot on the board that he can deal with the Cleric. Murder,
It was
maybe?
interesting. Yeah, it was interesting that Banana chose to play Fat Bard there instead of Blacksmith. Kind of indicating the math adds up so that he can play the Blacksmith and the Divine Knowledge next turn, but he is kind of cutting off his Mordock. If the Bard survives, it's going to be an extra turn to get the Mordock out. So interesting choice there. I guess he wanted the health.
I would think so. This Cleric is providing so much utility for him on this board.
Yeah, he wants to keep that alive, definitely. Stuff like Dagger Storm, he doesn't want to. Well, I mean, Dagger Storm would be kind of bad right now.
Of course, gonna go with the toxic emoting as Banana. Fantastic stuff.
That is what he does for a living. Now, Banana really wants to get. Ooh, I don't like that. Banana really should. Wait, sorry. Death's Advocate should have put that in front of Castle because now Banana's literally going to get free hit on Castle, heal his Castle back, and then the Cleric auto heals from now on.
Pretty
which
much.
is
Unless
not.
there's a direct answer. Yeah, you have to assume that, if Death takes that risk, he opens up the idea that he maybe has a direct one-shot to remove this Cleric. We are at 6 gold after all, and there are options. Grendel, Minotaur.
He's just got.
Griffin.
Oh, Griffin.
Yep, there we go. Gonna be the answer to take it out. and no heal
Okay,
going
so then
anywhere.
yeah, then I agree with his play then. I didn't realize he had Griffin. Very well played on his part.
I mean, I figured if he was letting him into the castle, he must have had something to kind of respond with. And Banana being the, more, well, seeing that he has green-white, or seeing his opponent have green-white, Banana obviously going to take that free chip damage.
Yeah, I'm a little bit adverse to taking chip damage on anything that isn't clerics, just because I'm always, kind of worried about the late game. But I guess it is good for utility, like in situations like that, to save the Ramrus and trade it for basically four damage on cast. Yeah, four damage on castle. It
So,
makes sense.
so here's an interesting scenario here. Paladin going to come out for the turn 7 play. Body blocking the castle as well with Blacksmith. Rampage could do some good things here if he's got it. Oh,
Scope Rampage.
Scope Rampage.
Oh
Show me the
no.
Scope Rampage. Come on.
I mean,
Yeah, there it
what
is.
a dirty boy.
Oh,
Oh,
the
oh, that's
beautiful
pretty epic. I don't like the fact that he didn't take out
Blacksmith first. Yeah.
Blacksmith first. I gotta believe that he's gonna go for the Bard. Yeah, okay, he's gonna go for the Bard.
Uh, I mean,
Yeah, I think Bananas got screwed here. He can't get out the Mordok to
no, he
deal with
can.
this
He can
big
get out the
bird.
Mordok, but it's not going to be enough to probably deal with that Griffin without sacking both Mordok and whatever summons itself into
I
it.
mean, Wraith maybe.
Wraith,
I mean,
yeah.
in the late game, honestly, I
Oh
would
no.
favor. He's getting the chip damage on Castle. I would favor Banana in the late game with this hand. He's got the Craxus, he's got the Frog Prince, he's got the Paladin. He's just got some big boys.
Oh yeah, he's got some
And
dirty
already,
boys.
Death's Advocate is pretty low. He's down to 13. And we're approaching the end game. Ooh, a Mordok.
Ooh.
That's big. That's going to force Banana to go Frog Prince,
Instead of
Priest,
Craxus,
probably.
just purely for
Yeah.
defense. Yeah, I would agree. Paladin or Frog Prince, whatever one floats your boat here. And you can honestly use Priest with that as well. Use Priest to kill off the Ramrus and then go into a body blocking Paladin or Frog Prince.
If he's got scope, that's just gonna
Oh.
do bad things.
He held the Ramrus back, which is interesting. Kind of alerts me that that Ramrus isn't really done yet on this board for Death. He has plans for it.
If he has another Bestial Rage, I'm actually gonna be kind of sad for Banana.
I mean, let's see it. This would be a perfect opportunity yet again. You can generate 2 undead units, get them right on face, and still leave with the Mordok. Well, nah,
No,
no.
the Mordok would die out of
Yeah,
it.
Mordok would die.
Scope Bestial Rage again would just
Oh,
be stupid.
God. That'd
Like,
be
no, you
absolutely
can't have that
bonkers,
again.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, we're seeing a lot of global buffs, though, this time around.
Ooh, okay, so he doesn't have anything to really clear this. Now, if Banana gets he really just needs one card here. Do you know what that card is, Red?
Would it be Luminaris?
It might just be
It
Luminaris.
might
I
just
have
be
a suspicion.
Luminaris.
Unless Death's Advocate really wants to take that possibility off the board and trade out everything for this. Okay, he's not going
Well, it
to.
looks like he's
I was
just
gonna
trying to
say,
make the more positive connections and keep his stuff on the board. Whatever is going to lead to that point, I think he wants to take at this point because he is down in castle health. And if he out
yeah,
bodies Banana on this board, he might have a chance of coming back. Because, I mean, look at these units attack-wise. They're pretty scary. 6, 7, 5 across the board with a rat hovel in tow in the back. Yeah, that's certainly something to concern yourself with.
yeah. If Banana did draw the Lumi though, he could have hidden down one of those armories, and then both the one health units would have died here.
Yeah, but we're not going to pull it. Instead, we're going to pull yet another global buff, which is going
Yeah,
to
just
be
not
problematic
not
here.
what he wanted to see. Really not what he wanted to see. I would say Craxus is gonna hit the board.
Oh, and there's this weird interaction with Morlock. I don't like
Oh,
this.
I don't like. He's abusing. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's
A
it's
little bit
such a
cheap.
strange
Oh, he got
interaction.
the freeze. Yeah, Resolve really does have some weird stuff. It's basically if you attack first with it, it negates whatever's happening. So you can negate chain, you can negate combos, you
Combo,
can do a bunch of
jeez.
weird stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not something that you see
But
too often, but I mean, hey.
yeah, it's only if they attack with it. I don't think it's if you attack it, which is just very very strange.
Well, it looks like we are going to go for the Cloak of Ice route with
Oh,
the
nasty boy.
Troll Gunner.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm liking his position here. We're gonna force another interaction with the Ramrus without, giving Kraxus draw, which is big. And we set up a dangerous unit in the back there in Troll Gunner. That's a fat boy. 9-7? Okay, I don't.
I don't know if I agree with hitting. Yeah, that wasn't the best move.
Again, I think he's trying to play that body game, but honestly, against the Lumberjack, I don't really feel that that's worth it.
Yeah, you shouldn't give Banana the draw off it when it's already on the board. I don't think that's really worth it, and it ties up that one spot with a weak unit, so you can snipe down the Kraxus and then like not be too worried about two big boys sitting in front of you.
Right, true. That we're gonna pull yet another global buff, which again, I don't think Banana really wants to see here. Gonna go for the Paladin Armory play. Which is
Makes
fine.
sense.
Yep, and he's going to position the Paladin in a way that if the Troll Gunner pushes forward to get rid of that Kraxus, Paladin is in smacking distance, if you will.
Now, it would be interesting to see a scope. A scope would be good for DeathsAdvocate here.
Oh, for sure. That'd bring a whole new dynamic to the game here. Without the reach to get to the Troll Gunner, it kind of forces Banana on this sort of timer, and at that point, he needs something like a heal to keep him in the game, I would say.
Yeah, I think DeathsAdvocate has to be very, very careful here about Illuminaris because that could just devastate his board. Okay, he's gonna go for it.
So kind of hoping that maybe that Paladin can't do some work, but we know it can just from the... Oh! Hello,
Ooh,
friend.
okay.
So we'll
Interesting, very interesting.
out.
He's making the push.
He
I
is.
think,
He's
yeah,
gonna
Banana
force...
really,
Oh, he's gonna force him to use a lot actually here on defense when you look
yeah,
at this.
take out the gunner probably first
You
and
need...
foremost.
Well, you need a Mugging and Blacksmith alone with that Paladin to take out the Troll Gunner.
It depends on what he draws. Oh, he
Frog
gets the Frog
Prince.
Prince.
But where does that help him
Huh.
here, really?
Yeah, he's not going to be able to
He needs
use
to
it.
play both of the Blacksmith and the Mugging to take out the Troll Gunner, at the very least, in my opinion. Yeah, because he's off by one
Yeah.
here.
No, don't. Oh, actually, yeah, he's fine. He's
Yeah,
fine.
he gets out of the Hovel, that's
He,
fine. I think he has to definitely
yeah,
go for the
he's
Troll
just.
Gunner Mugging. Yep,
Yeah,
put that
that's
through,
the
and
scary
then
boy.
perhaps body block with these Blacksmiths, try to,
I mean, yeah, I've.
maybe take out the
You
top
gotta.
one unit, just to protect the
Okay,
Hovel.
taking
He
out
needs to
top
protect the
rat
Hovel.
and then hide second. Yeah, hide second one.
But now this gets dangerous, because pretty much with this push right here, DeathsAdvocate actually ties up the game. Pushes Shaman and Spiny into face. That brings him down to 11.
Yep. I would definitely give this one to DeathsAdvocate unless Banana can pull off some sneaky Luminars plays. I don't
Which,
really see him
judging by the
coming
hand,
back.
he can't. Frog Prince is way too expensive to combo with a
Yeah.
Luminaris in one turn. He does
I
get
gotta
double
believe
draw.
he runs Knight.
He does get double
Like,
draw here, which is fine. Oh. That doesn't end the game, though.
oh,
That does not end the
that's.
game.
Watch him have another one. He's got another one in hand.
If he does, then holy hell, what a hold.
Yeah, actually, I think he's thinking too long about it. He does. Okay,
Oh,
he's gonna take out Hobble. He's just gonna decimate board basically.
pretty
You
much.
gotta take out this. Yeah, you gotta take out this Paladin. You can't
You've
let
got,
that
I
live.
think you've got, no, alright, well, okay, we're gonna allow him to, well, I guess
Yeah, I don't
oh,
know about that move.
I mean,
Doom ship.
Okay, so he's gonna try and maybe set up a Doom ship,
Ship. I mean, he's just kind of sealing the game at this point.
for sure, alright.
Divine Tree.
Oh, Dragon
Okay,
Knight. Dragon Knight could do some work
yeah,
here.
Divine Knowledge for. Okay, he's not gonna. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
No,
Yeah,
whoa,
okay.
hey, what are we doing with the Frog Prince?
We're doing things, Red.
Alright, well, I mean, we're clearing up the board. Okay, never mind, we're clearing up the board.
He's setting up for a Lumi, I think. Because he's got the Divine Knowledge. He just wants to get that Lumi off.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, Blacksmith is gonna take this game.
Ooh, what a
Dagger
nasty
Storm.
boy. Nasty boy.
Alright, so Dagger Storm takes away Banana's chances of pulling off a Luminaris, and of course Bleed will go through the resolve.
Ugh. That's what he deserves for that resolve abuse with the Mordor.
Oh, and he draws
It's
another
coming back
one,
to haunt him. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. That Doom ship is just sealing the game. I mean, you can survive with the Priest, but I wouldn't put your chances too high. Oh, never mind. Taking out the Blacksmith helps as well.
Yeah, which is gonna be the connection here. And then, yep, block up there, right?
Yeah, gotta be aggressive with it. No choice, really.
But now we're tied on health,
Now,
so this is pretty much a battle of whoever's gonna strike first could kind of take home the game.
I don't know if I agree with that placement of the Frog Prince if he does run Luminaris. I guess he just wants to be able to get it further up. We're gonna see double, probably,
Yeah, we're gonna see the
double.
double ranger push to try and end the game here. He's
Okay.
Banana's got to get through 20 health worth of units to kind of defend from the push. He
Oh,
does
there's
get
the
the Lumi,
Lumi.
but it's
There's
too
the
late, I
Lumi, but
think.
it's not what he needs.
Even if he Luminaris is here, he needs a cheap unit to kind of protect against divine knowledge,
Yeah,
right? Or not,
that's
not
just
what
oof.
am I saying?
It
Protect against the
it
ranges, excuse
came
me.
yeah, it came too late. That's kind
Yeah.
of
Oh, and he
disappointing.
came
He
and played
should just
both
use the
Dragon Knights. Oh dear.
yeah, yeah, that's just it.
Yep.
Poor Lumi coming in too late. Oh
And there's going to
no.
be the surrender. So overall, quite an interesting back and forth here between what we assume is Knights and the Doomship stuff. I don't really know if he's named this deck properly, but hey, overall, fantastic match to
It's
start off.
artillery. It's
Oh,
artillery red.
oh, my bad, my bad. So the artillery
How do
taking
you
on the
not
Knight.
know these things?
Because I
Come
don't
on.
play the guy so often in ladder. Anyway, with that being said, guys, game number 1 wrapped up in the books. Let's go ahead and get back to our players and see how both of them are feeling after match number 1. All right, folks, and we're back after match number 1. Solid performance from both players here, and it seemed like Banana, unfortunately, didn't really come out on top this one. Despite you having some interesting interactions and pushes throughout the game here, from that early game Cleric to the big beefy Frog Knights and all that great stuff. But really kind of caught my attention, though, at least, well, actually, before we jump into that, talk us through how you went throughout the match. You know, how are you feeling? Were you kind of struggling at any point? Did you feel like just take us to the match? You
Okay, at the start, it was kind of fine, but like he killed my hovel, and then like mid-game, he just had a bunch of global buffs, so I lost.
right.
Basically, if he didn't have the global buffs, I would have won.
I mean, it seemed like it kind of a shift in the game. Really, I think was when those global buffs started to pile up. But I think what the interaction that kind of caught my eye the most was the resolve into the Mordok. Obviously, I assume the resolve kind of nullified that combo here. I mean, honestly, I've never really seen that in action before, but I mean, was that something that you were kind of just planning out? Did you know?
Yeah, Red, it's kind of a pro strategy you wouldn't understand, but
Oh yeah.
basically the result the
You
resolve
can't even
makes
keep
it
a straight
do
face.
no damage because like there's no damage dealt, so the combo doesn't actually activate.
Right. So basically, kind of preventing that spawn in a way, and I assume potentially could work with other combos as well, if we're seeing that interaction there. But I mean, hey, uh, overall solid effort there. BC, you got anything for our knight player over here?
Yeah, I would just like to say that was hugely inspiring. Just seeing that massive play coming throughout, just I was totally just shocked. I didn't even know that was an interaction that could happen until that moment. I was just like, wow, this man must have a huge brain. So yeah, I would just hats off to you. That was great.
Thank you, Beastly. It's all because of your videos I learned so well.
Oh, of course, of course.
All right, but on the other side of things, DeathsAdvocate coming out victorious in game 1 with that artillery deck that we saw in the last game. How are you feeling throughout the matchup here against the Knights? Did you feel like you had a pretty strong chance? Did you?
I,
Uh,
I feel like I just really did get like the ideal hand to mess him up. I mean, maybe an early ranged unit could have served me better, but an early ranged unit wouldn't have answered his buildings. I think I just really got the perfect draw for that game. I mean, I think my play was on point with the exception of the Mordok incident, which I wasn't expecting, and you're all a bunch of trolls talking about. Um, But other than that, I think I played well. But for the most part, I really just had a perfect hand. I got those really fancy rage plays into answering all of his buildings, followed by stacking globals when he didn't have an answer for my building. So it's just I had a really good hand, and I think I might have had the slight advantage. But Luminaris can definitely mess this deck up. So it was mostly just I had a really strong start and answer.
For sure, for sure. From the global buffs to the griffins to the scope rampages, a whole lot of positive stuff coming out for you, I would say, in this game for sure. But I don't really have anything further for you. So, Beasley, you have anything before we jump into game two for our winner here?
Yeah, I would just like to say I'm actually very, very impressed by the Ranger play at the end, kind of cutting off any chance for Luminaris to connect with anything important. That was really well done. So good,
Yeah,
good work.
I'm always afraid of Luminaris. I respect it as often as I can.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
And
scary
especially against the
card.
night deck, yeah, that should be something to kind of slightly keep in the back of your mind, I would say, because that thing can do some fat damage.
Yeah, like, luckily my deck, sometimes it's just big Griffin and Rangers, and it doesn't care too much about Luminaris. But if I'm playing the go-to early game of just camping with ranged units, Luminaris can just end me.
For sure.
Luckily, my things are have enough health that they can survive, but it can still really swing things.
Right. Right. But with that being said, folks, we still have another game to get to at the very least. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into game number 2 right now. Alright, folks, game number 2 is underway, and of course we're back. The artillery deck from DeathsAdvocate once again taking on Banana, who brought in, I believe this is the Red-Yellow Awakening deck, from what I remember.
All right. Now, as is tradition, when Red and I commentate, and there is a Warlock deck
Oh, for
with
fuck's
the
sake.
possibility of Dragon's Fire, I need to predict the number of Dragon's Fires we will see. Seeing as I have a successful 100% prediction rate as of yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and predict that in this match we're gonna see 2 Dragon's Fires. I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Alright, so keep track at home, folks. 2 Dragon's Fire. See if we see a total of 2. But, with that being said here, looks like both players take an easy start here. Death on turn 2. I gotta throw out the Ram Wrist to start things off. Okay, so not really getting a buff anywhere, unfortunately. So lead Banana to respond with the Priest here, and we'll see if this trade goes through. But Beasley, how are you feeling on Death's chances here against the red-yellow?
I mean, we saw last time against Bolos that it's a problem sometimes to deal with this extra burn, which can really just clear his rat buildup. It can clear a big chunk of his range unit's health, and it can burn off parts of his castle, which is just not too good.
Not very
So I would
popular.
say I would give them even because last time this exact this wasn't Awaken. His Bolus's was Last Will, but they were neck and neck for that almost the whole game. So I would give them a pretty even chance here.
Right, alright, so curious to see if that comes to fruition here. Obviously the kicker with this deck is we've got a lot more subtle burn, I would say, with things like Headwood being in the deck. Not sure if Flamestorm is in here, to be quite honest, but I guess we'll see as time moves on in the matchup here. We're going to see a repeat of the game, or, well, repeat of the last turn, I should say, with the Books and Blacksmith both being thrown out here. Banana
I'm not.
contemplating the Imp, which I don't think you should go for, but
I would just like to say I'm not. I actually am not a big fan of Banana's plays here, mainly because he's offering the books for trades with the blacksmith when he has Dragon's Fire in his hand. So what he wants is for Death's Advocate to build up his units here, so that he can just do a big Dragon's Fire to take them all out. And I'm not seeing why he's trading away all of these books, into these blacksmiths. It doesn't really make sense to me.
well, it seems like he has actually cleared out a lot of resources from Death's hand. Losing a Centaur and Blacksmith to those books certainly does hurt, I would imagine.
I mean, he could have just taken it out with Dragon's Fire late game though, which is
No,
just
yeah,
curious.
right. But I mean, like, I don't know. I kind of get to see your point there. Why Banana ended up sacrificing so much additional draw just to clear out his hand a bit more, again, is, somewhat confusing here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Griffin gonna make an appearance though on the board here. That could be dealt with a weird combination of cards here. He could blue Firebolt maybe,
Yeah.
and oh
See,
no
yeah.
god.
See, you could have gotten another blacksmith out of that and had some extra cards, but it is what it is.
So it looks like Dragon's Fire the play to make here, as Banana going to go ahead and use that vast board wipe to remove only the one blacksmith while weakening the Griffin. Not really sure if I agree with that kind of play here, because it still leaves a pretty chunky Griffin in Death's corner. And we're looking at Banana's hand here. There's not a whole lot that he could rebound from if this board is getting wiped away. When you look at things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's made some misplays early on, and that's going to come back to haunt him. And we're going to see Bestial Rage come out here and just decimate him.
Oh, the same game 1 play. The Griffin
Yeah.
Rampage.
I mean, he can clear it. He's got the Rat King Blue Fire.
That depends
but
on how
it
far he
just hurts
pushes
to
in,
see.
though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. He's going to go middle. That sucks.
Well,
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that hurts actually if he goes middle. I would definitely take that middle shot. Avoid the castle for now. You can always get that damage in later. But I mean, we know those 2 rights are only going to be useful if Banana has an awaken unit, which he's actually leaving for him.
Yeah, I mean, the books would have been nice for the extra draw. Fear's going to be pretty big here.
Yeah, I would definitely take
I don't know about using it right then, because you could have steered... I guess he wants to put pressure on, which
He
is
wants to
fine.
kind of reassert himself back in the driver's seat. He's already behind in terms of resources, but he kind of wants Death's Advocate to be fooled and thinking that maybe he's got a strong hand and wants to build up some pressure, when meanwhile, Banana, we're looking at his hand right now, Blue Fire, 2 rights, a Rat King, and the coin. Not a whole lot that he can do, unless he can get lucky with some of these rights here against this Mordock.
Yeah, it's time to start Ramboing the rights. Or if he gets another Dragon's Fire. If we see that second Dragon's Fire,
If we see the
that would be
second Dragon's Fire.
pretty clutch, you know?
Pretty cash money of you.
Yeah. Come on, let's see it.
No, the second
Oh, he
Rat
doesn't
King.
get it. Oh, no.
Well, yeah, I mean, we might have to start ramboing off these rights, as you just mentioned a moment ago, to kind of even things out, because this Mordock going to get some chunky value if left untouched here.
Yeah, he's got to RNG it.
There's no other
I
way,
mean,
my
there's-
guy. Unless you really want to
there's
let him
no
have
other
at
way
least
to play
one.
it.
He can let him have at least
The
one if
rights-
he wants to. But I
The
don't really...
rights aren't super useful, even. Like, maybe you put them on a golem, but come on. You just got to clear this
I'm
out
not
now.
even sure he runs Golem in here.
Oh, God,
Oh,
what are we...
Interesting. So we're gonna Blue Firebolt, excuse me, the Griffin away, which is fair. That thing was decently stacked. Let's not forget, Scope and Rampage.
He's now willingly sacrificing the ability to write, which...
That is true. Yeah.
he should have just doubled right. Oh,
Oh no.
this is bad. Red, this is bad.
He's contemplating surrender.
Don't.
No.
We need to see the second Dragon's Fire. Don't you dare surrender. If he surrenders, that just that you know
Hey,
what?
there's the
I take no
mischievous imp
responsibility.
again.
All right, he's got to write it. Come on, Rambo them. You can do it. That scope on Mordock hurts. Oh, another right.
No, well, for the wrong
Don't
person.
think. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to use that. Come on, Rambo them. Oh.
No, we're not going to see it. And he's actually allowing Death to kind of come in here. Mordock can connect the face
Yeah.
with that scope if he wants to. And hell, that free unit can even get the imp out of there as well to do some just more damage.
And now, like, Banana again can't Rambo the rights.
Oh, no!
Don't you dare! Don't surrender! No! Alright, that's it. We're voiding the extra Dragon's Fire if he surrenders.
But that hurts your that hurts your
No,
prediction
we're
percentage.
voiding it. He
No,
could have.
no,
He
we're
could have gotten it. Banana better not surrender. Okay, he could have gotten it. If he surrenders, then that's it. My prediction is void. It doesn't count. I guarantee we'll see the Dragon's Fire come through. Okay.
Oh god damn it. Well, even if it gets the Dragon's Fire, how's he gonna deal with that Mordock? That thing's still
No,
sitting at
I
6
don't. I
health.
don't care about him winning the game. I just want to
Oh.
see him get the Dragon's Fire. Come
Oh.
on, just hang on there, buddy. You can do it.
Regardless, I mean, both of these Morlocks coming in here, it kind of feels like the end of the
Ooh.
game, no matter how you look at it. An
Fat.
Arbiter is not going to do a whole lot. We could summon the second Rat King for sure to help clean up some of these smaller troops, like the Banshee and the Horseman. But when there's 2 Mordocks right on base here, that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, he's just got to hang on, and get that Dragon's Fire. Come on, you can do it.
Again, the Dragon's Fire not as helpful as you think it's going to be here. The only
It's
person that's helping
no,
is
no.
you.
Look, Red. If he gets the Dragon's Fire, he wins the game automatically. All right, I'm telling you.
I don't think that's how that goes. Hell, I don't even know if he's gonna make it to his next draw at this rate.
No, no, he'll make it. He'll make it.
He still has a second attack on that Mordok, as well as having that first Mordok just sitting right here. Yep, there we go. That's gonna generate another horseman. Yep,
I mean, he
okay.
can't get a unit behind. Oh, he can't
Yes,
get a
he
unit
can. What do
behind.
you mean? That second, and okay, he's
Yeah,
off by
but
one.
he
He's
could
off
have
by
he
one.
could have had no he could have had lethal there. He didn't take the opportunity to
Oh,
spam
right,
it on
right,
the
right,
other
right,
side.
right.
But that means we have opportunity for Dragon's Fire,
Yeah,
which is okay.
unfortunately.
No companion, no companion. Don't play the companion. You
Dude,
little
ship,
gremlin, don't play
hovel.
it.
Spiny can still be in the
Don't
deck. Is it in there?
Dragon's Fire, Dragon's Fire, Dragon's Fire. Come on. We can see it. We can see it.
Oh, there's
Oh,
Lumberjack.
come on. Trade the lover, trade the lover. Come on. Come on. Fuck.
Hey!
No.
Well,
No.
he's gonna start ramboing off these things now.
All
Looks
right.
like.
He just needs to surrender. And then we're good. Yes, okay. See,
Take
prediction is void. Prediction is void. I still have 100% prediction rate. He surrendered.
You're such a little gremlin. Well, with that being said, overall, a scary match for sure. The Awakening out of red yellow, not enough to deal with the. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Good banana. Yes.
Alright, you know what? I was gonna say something here, but let's just go right to the interviews because, yeah, okay. Alright, folks, and we are back after game number 2, and a set win for DeathsAdvocate here as I knock over things on my desk, unfortunately. But, hey, Death, I guess we'll start off with you here. How does it feel winning your first set here in Casting Conflicts?
Oh, that was nice. Deck did what it does. No bricked hands, thankfully.
We saw the I believe the second play of Scope Rampage Griffin. It seems to be a reliable combo in your deck. You want to jump into that a bit, or
That's one of the very few times, if any, that I've done that. Like generally, Scope and Rampage is reserved for Ship, Troll Gunner, or Mordok. It's just I was just sort of playing the cards that were dealt to me there, and Griffin can't go wrong between flying and beast, and being just fat.
that is true.
That not normally what I do, but it works.
It certainly does. I think Griffin just being that big unit here and gaining stuff like range and rampage is certainly scary for it. But overall, other than that, sort of two-card combo, how did you feel the rest of the match went for you? Similar to the first, in which you just kind of seemed to play well, get the right cards, and kind of go from there.
I had a really awkward start, but just in general, the deck has a good matchup versus red, just because all my stuff has so much health. And while Rat Hovel's a little bothered by AoE, just I just felt like I had the matchup favor on that one.
Right. I would say so, especially once we saw that first Dragon's Fire connect, really only hitting a blacksmith out of the deal. I mean, while keeping the Griffin at a fairly good amount of health. I think was a 5/5 once the Dragon's Fire cleared away. But overall, I would say a very solid performance from the artillery deck for sure. Beasley, do you have anything for our set winner here before we move on?
I'd just like to say that was a very solid performance. Definitely showing the power of the scope bestial rage combination. Just absolutely dominating with those bigger units in the late game. That was impressive.
It tends to bully, red pretty well, but it does often struggle versus druids. Druid and pirate, especially together, is really hard on it. Because, executing something I've buffed up or just putting companions in my ranged unit space can be pretty hard on it, especially in the early game. If I make it to late game, I'm okay, because then I can kick over into Griffins and Mordocs. But usually, how the deck plays out is companions will just wreck my hovel or my ranged. Similarly, with pirates, they'll end up eating me. But it tends to bully most other colors. Sometimes Mystic Rats can catch it off guard, but generally I can just sort of match the swarm and stay out of its reach and take care of its buildings. But yeah, for the most part, it was just a positive matchup in this case.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one.
But over on the other side of things, hi Banana.
Hello, Red.
So unfortunately, the red yellow awaken not doing what you wanted to in this matchup here. Talk to us a little about that choice and counter pick here. Why go for that red yellow awaken sort of to combat what was coming out of the artillery deck on the other side of things?
Basically because, one, I didn't think he'd expect, like, Awaken, and two, he plays so many ranged units, like, if I had the Awaken guy Headwood, and he played a Doom Ship, the Doom Ship wouldn't be able to move like, away from Castle, so that, the Headwood thing would always go onto Castle and hit it.
Right.
But, in that game, right, the early game, it was looking pretty good. I got some good trades. I took away his cards, companions. But then, like, the mid game, ooh, I drew like 2 Rat Kings, 2 Blue Firebolts, Dragon's Fire, 2 Rite of Awakens,
You weren't
the
really
Arbiter
seeing
at the end.
you weren't really seeing the awakened tools that you were kind of expecting to bring into the late game or the mid game. Things like Headwood. We're not sure if you have Golem in there as well, but maybe one of
Yeah, I've
those.
got 3 Golem.
And I guess that's probably why you weren't so keen on using those rights. We were mentioning actually in match that you could have had an opportunity to use rights on imps to kind of help clear off these Morlocks, which probably could have actually kept you in the game a little longer, but you didn't end up taking that chance. You instead blue fired, I believe, the Griffin away, and then kind of just retreated for now. I assume that's probably because you were waiting for something like maybe a Headwood or Golem to, use those rights on just multiple times in one turn, perhaps.
I figured even if I Blue Fire it now, unless I draw Headwood or Golem and I stack all my Awakens on it, I'm not going to win at all.
Right.
Also, that like double Bestial Rage, double Scope combo did not help me a little bit. It's
No,
kind of
no, it did not.
kind of unlucky on my part, I'd say. But
It happens. It happens.
And Headwoods definitely could be tricky on me. I tend to be pretty good at spreading out, but he'd be pretty mean to Doomshift specifically for sure. Golem I'm less worried about because he's slow. But yeah, Headwood could definitely be somewhat problematic. I just generally think my stuff has enough health that I'm not too worried about it. I tend to be pretty good about being spread out. But yeah, for the most part, I had double scope, double rage with good targets for them, and you sort of bricked that game.
Yeah. It happens. It happens for sure. But basically, do you have anything for Banana? Because I know you were a little vocal about some of the early
Yeah,
game
I
stuff that
don't
you
I
were
don't have
doing.
I have a lot of things, right? Okay, banana. So here's the
Oh,
deal.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
In your opening hand, you had a blue fireball and a dragon's fire, right? And then he played a blacksmith and he put it up in front of castle. Why did you put the books up in a trading position, knowing that if he played armor, you could blue fire it and then dragon's fire away the blacksmith in the late game?
what do you mean? Because if he trades the Blacksmith with the books, that's positive for me.
No, it's not because you could have just dragon fired it later on. You want him to have a big board so that you can wipe it all with dragon's fire, right? And
I
like
guess. I
blacksmith
guess
is a
basically.
3 health unit, and the books you want the Waken to go off because then that's a net positive card for you. So I'm just very dissatisfied with the trading. I mean, Red was on your side. He said that you were going for the clears, which kind of makes sense, but at the same time, like I would say Dragon's Fire, if you had it in your hand already, like you could have probably better used it than just the small use you got of it later on. That's all I
Yeah,
have to say.
probably. The only
But
reason why
besides that,
later I was forced to use Dragon's Fire is because, like, there was nothing else I could do that turn to stop me from
yeah.
dying.
I mean, it's just a small thing, but I don't know. I play books a lot, and like the one thing you want with books is to get the draw. Even if you have to sacrifice a little bit of castle health to do it, it's worth it.
All right, but
Yeah, that's it.
I was waiting because I thought you had multiple things, but I guess that was
No,
it.
no, that's it.
All right, folks. But
Oh,
with
those two things.
that, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Red. See, I'm right.
All right, but how about this? With that being said, folks, we're going to close it out here. Of course, Death, again, congrats to picking up your first win here on the series. But with that being said, folks, let me throw it out to my future self to close out this video. Alright, folks, and with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the Decision for Casting Conflicts. If you did, let me know what you thought of the matchup by leaving your thoughts down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're new or haven't done so already. It is the best way that you can support me here on the channel by clicking the subscribe button at no additional cost to you. And yeah, with that being taken care of, guys, it's going to be it for me for now. So until next time, stay gaming.